Did you know that over 65% of couples cite communication breakdown as the leading cause of relationship failure? It's not just about what we say, but how, when, and why we say it that truly counts. If you've ever felt like your words are falling on deaf ears, you're not alone. Welcome to How to Talk So Your Partner Listens, 6 Game-Changing Strategies. This series is your guide to transforming the way you communicate in your relationship. We're not just talking about tips and tricks, we're diving deep into the heart of effective communication. From mastering the perfect timing for tough conversations to the tone that speaks volumes, we cover it all. Prepare to explore some eye-opening strategies that will not only make your partner listen but also enhance the connection between you both. Are you ready to change the game? Let's get started and turn those communication breakdowns into breakthroughs. Chapter 1: Unlocking the Silence. Discover the art of timing. Have you ever wondered why sometimes your words just don't seem to land? It might all boil down to timing. Interestingly, according to relationship experts, choosing the right moment to discuss important matters can drastically change the outcome of a conversation. Imagine discussing something significant when your partner is stressed or distracted. Chances are, they're not going to be all ears. The art of timing isn't just about waiting for the right moment, it's about actively creating it. Start by observing your partner's patterns. When are they most relaxed and receptive? For many, it's after a meal or during a calm evening. Use these insights to plan your discussions. It's like fishing, you don't cast your net during a storm. Here's a pro tip: avoid heavy conversations right when your partner walks through the door. A study from the Journal of Family Psychology suggests that allowing a wind-down period after work can lead to more productive and positive conversations. So, maybe start with something light and save the serious talks for when they've had a chance to decompress. Remember, good communication is like a dance. Sometimes, you lead, other times, you follow. By synchronizing your serious talks with moments when your partner is most open, you're setting the stage for a dialogue where both of you feel heard. Chapter 2: The Empathy Echo. Mastering the language of understanding. Moving on to empathy, which is your secret weapon in effective communication. Did you know that simply acknowledging your partner's feelings can make them feel 90% more understood? Empathy isn't about agreeing, it's about showing that you get where they're coming from. Start your conversations with phrases like, "I see how that could be upsetting," or "It makes sense you'd feel that way." These empathetic starters can disarm defensiveness and open up avenues for clearer, calmer exchanges. It's not about solving the problem right away, it's about making sure your partner feels valued and understood. Dr. John Gottman, a pioneer in relationship research, highlights that empathy is the backbone of emotional connection. He suggests that partners who regularly practice empathetic listening are more likely to maintain a strong, loving bond. So, the next time you're gearing up for a chat, channel your inner empath. Reflect on what your partner is saying, and validate their feelings before jumping in with your perspective. Moreover, using empathetic language can turn a potential argument into a constructive discussion. It's like applying oil to a squeaky door. A little empathy can smooth over the rough edges of a conversation. By mastering the timing of your talks and the tone of empathy, you're well on your way to fostering a relationship where both partners feel truly listened to. It's not just about talking, it's about connecting. And isn't that what we all want in the end? Chapter 3: Tone Twister. How your voice sets the stage. Did you know that the tone of your voice can say more than your words themselves? A study published in the Psychology of Music found that listeners could accurately guess emotions from spoken words 80% of the time, just by tone alone, regardless of the language. This shows how universally powerful our vocal delivery can be. When we talk about tone, we're not just referring to how loudly you speak. It's also about the softness, the pauses, and the pace of your speech. For instance, a softer tone can invite intimacy, while a brisk pace might signal urgency or excitement. The trick is to match your tone with the message you're trying to convey. Think about the last time someone said to you, "We need to talk." Chances are, your heart sank. That's because a stern tone can trigger anxiety. Instead, try something like, "Hey, can we chat? I've got something on my mind." It's lighter, less daunting, and sets a more cooperative stage. Practical tip: next time you're gearing up for a serious conversation, practice what you want to say out loud. Listen to your tone and adjust it to sound more inviting. This little rehearsal can make a big difference in how your message is received. Chapter 4: Mirroring Magic, Body Language That Speaks Volumes. Now, let's shift our focus to nonverbal cues, specifically, mirroring. Mirroring is when you subtly copy the body language of the person you're talking to. It might sound simple, but it's incredibly effective. Studies show that people who mirror each other during conversations often feel more connected and are more likely to come to agreements. For example, if your partner is sitting with crossed legs, you might cross yours too. It's not about mimicry, it's about showing that you're in sync. You're not just listening, you're really with them in the moment. This can make your partner feel more at ease and open. However, be natural about it. Overdoing it can seem insincere. The key is subtlety. You want to reflect their posture and gestures so smoothly that it feels natural, not like a parrot copying every move. Another tip: maintain eye contact. It's one of the most powerful tools in human communication. Eye contact can convey honesty, interest, and warmth. Just remember, while maintaining eye contact, keep it friendly, not intense. A gentle gaze can encourage a sense of safety and trust. By combining the power of tone and the subtlety of body language, you're not just speaking, you're engaging on a deeper emotional level. This can make all the difference in not just being heard, but also in truly connecting. Chapter 5: Question Quotient, Ask to Ignite, Not to Interrogate. Ever feel like your questions make your partner defensive? It could be because they sound more like an interrogation than a conversation. Here's a strategy: switch from asking "Why did you do that?" to "What was on your mind when that happened?" It's less accusatory and more open-ended, encouraging a genuine dialogue. Asking the right kind of questions can be a game changer. According to communication experts, open-ended questions not only keep the conversation flowing but also give your partner the freedom to express themselves fully. This approach helps build a deeper understanding between partners. Try incorporating questions that start with how or what rather than why. Why can make someone feel like they need to defend their actions, while how and what are about exploring thoughts and feelings. This subtle shift can turn a potential argument into a productive discussion. Here's a simple tip: next time you're curious about your partner's day, instead of asking "Did you have a good day?" try "What was the best part of your day?" It's inviting and shows that you care about the details of their life. Chapter 6: Feedback Loop, Constructive Conversations for Growth. Feedback is essential in any relationship, but it can be tricky. How you give feedback can be the difference between an argument and a constructive conversation. Start with something positive, then address the issue, and conclude with a positive note. This sandwich approach can make feedback easier to accept and less confrontational. For instance, if you need to discuss something sensitive, you might say, "I really appreciate how you take care of our finances. It might be helpful if we could review the budget together weekly. I think it would make us even better at managing our money together." This way, you're acknowledging their efforts before suggesting an improvement. A vital aspect of giving feedback is focusing on behavior, not character. Say, "When you interrupt me, I feel unheard," instead of "You're always interrupting me." It's specific and doesn't attack their personality. According to Dr. Gottman, criticism of one's character can poison conversations and may lead to resentment. Remember, the goal of feedback isn't to criticize but to foster growth and learning in your relationship. It's about moving forward together and strengthening your bond. By enhancing the way you ask questions and give feedback, you're not just communicating, you're nurturing a relationship where both partners feel valued and understood.